Okay, war recap, but first I want to talk about war weight and engineered clans. The way that Supercell matches you against an enemy clan is basically it adds up your offenses and your defenses to a war weight number for you, adds up all the war weights of all the clan members, makes sure that on top there's roughly the same number of tunnel 11s, 10s or whatever you have up there, and that's a match. And because it throws in both offense and defense into the same number for your war weight, you have people like this who do upgrade their town hall to 10 and upgrade their troops to match town hall 10 levels, but don't build the X-bows, which count as very high value in war weight. Don't build the Infernos, same thing, they are very high level in war weight. So you end up with a number 40 in your lineup that matches a town hall 8 on our side, and a town hall 8 is gonna have trouble with this base, folks, because the what's the go-to method for a town hall 8? Usually dragons, but if you have 4 maxed air defenses like this, a town hall 8 is gonna have a lot of trouble there. And if you go up the list, you see the same thing here. Yeah, this is only a town hall 9, but they didn't upgrade a lot of defenses, but did upgrade their heroes a bit. And you go up and down the line for this entire clan, you run into what we call an engineered clan. And when we saw the match, we knew we had a troublesome war on our hands because, well, they do this to win wars, and they're a level 12 clan, so they're quite successful doing that. If you look at the number 1, you also see that it has no eagle. Again, an eagle is very heavy in war weight. And then the second attack of the war, 10 minutes in, a town hall 8 steps up and 2 stars this number 1. And that took a load off our shoulders, because that might have been the beginning of a war-winning move. Very valuable if you take the top player out, and the top players on your own side can concentrate, lower down, dip a bit, get more stars, and win it anyway. And when we did on the percentage, I'm gonna show you first this beautiful attack by Laura on this. Okay, first thing you do is, of course, you start taking out crap buildings on the outside. You got a couple of archers on the corners. On all corners where the huts are. And start throwing around minions to get the buildings that are not in range of any air defense, like the archer towers there. And that's quite a lot, actually. Then you start your dragon attack on top. You start funneling because you want your main mass of dragons to go to the town hall and not somewhere else. Use a couple of dragons for that. Good use of them because, again, there's a couple of archer towers in range, and dragons just last a little bit longer. Even they're only level 3 for a town hall 8. That's a very nice attack weapon. But on this base, all you can expect to get is the outside. King on the other side to make sure that you get a couple of buildings that were in range of that archer tower. Get a couple of bowlers from CC to clean up some behind the walls there. There's little splash damage there, so he gets enough value out of that. Last bowler for the gold store. In the meantime, his dragons on the town hall, getting it, and now it's a race for the 50%. Teslas pop up, and they're strong Teslas up there. They're maxed out. See, getting it. Beautiful attack. 2 stars in the pocket. War-changing attack on this. And now we go back to 10 minutes left in war, and Fam attacks number 2 for a 2nd star, nice high percentage. And at that point we're quite a bit behind. We're 109 to 112. I 3-star by dipping a bit to number 7, bitch attack. I'm not gonna bother showing it to you. We got another star on number 20, and with 3 minutes left you wonder, how the heck does 20 still open? Let me show you the defenses. Scroll down to number 20. That guy had 10 attacks on him before we 3-starred him. That was quite something. But we did at the end. And then we have a couple of last attacks on their side, trying to get a star because they needed it, because they were behind on percentage. Not by a little bit, but almost 3%. And they didn't get it, and they didn't get it by 2 attacks on Eli, both the dip attacks, but those weren't the first attacks on Eli. Let me show you that. If you talk about MVP players, there's 12, count them, 12 attacks on Eli, not getting the 3rd star, and that basically did it. That was the war. So it was a very exciting, intense end, because as you can see, those last 3 attacks, all within the last minute of the war. Our final attacks in the last 10 minutes of the war. It was hectic. It was tense, exciting. It was a beautiful war. Let me switch to Infernal Revival, because they had a very nice war as well. Because 1 hour before the end of this war, when we were planning for how we're going to take out the last couple of stars, how we're going to win this, can we still win this? Then Toe came over, joined us, asked for a couple of friendlies because he was quite in a pickle. They had a small 2020 war while all the big guns were over in the joint war, and he had to 3-star or at least get 74-75% on his last attack, or they would lose. And here we are. This is the base he had to get the plus 70% destruction on, or Inferno would lose the war. And as you can see at the bottom right, he did 3-star it. And again, look at this. No eagle. A bit of engineering going on here as well. And as you can see in the war results, they had at that time all but 3-starred every single base on our side. And it's the same problem, because at the top, well, you know the story. Same thing as in Karate Monkeys, Engineered Clans. Engineering is very legal, nothing wrong with that. Some of us, quite a lot of us actually, still hope that Supercell changes the matching algorithm a little bit. It would help a lot if they would separate offensive war weight and defensive war weight. But anyway, let's show you this beautiful attack on number 1 by Toe at the end of the war. Because if you look at that, it's on 1 minute left that he 3-starred it, get 2 extra stars for the victory, and that was quite something. As you can see, 98%, he had to beat that by just the tiniest bit. Instead, he 3-stars it and brings it home. Let me show you his attack. And here he goes. Now usually you bring a jump to get the troops you want to go into the core. So quakes it, so he gets the walls around the Inferno as well. Opens up nicely, brings in the rocks. Some people just drop 1 or 2 witches to make sure that Larry starts tanking for bowlers. But of course the golem works as well. You can spare camp space for them very well, especially there's a couple of very high point defenses there that will target the golems. Takes out the CC mostly with poison, a couple of wounds only there. The dragon survives a bit longer, but doing this with the team, kill him. And all he needs to do now is go around the base, destroy it in his path. Part of the fun in a war like this is that the little guys can get some war stars as well. Let me show you some Tunnel 6 action. The biggest problem for a Tunnel 6 in a war like this is to kill the CC. Luring them out is usually easy because the bases aren't that big and CC usually covers a bit of the outside. The problem with this base is that it really doesn't have an anchor in the corner where you can lure them all the way to. If the builder huts would have been in the other corner, you would have been able to lure them far more into the corner and keep them there while you destroy those loons. Their loons are not fast, so you can usually take them out with a couple of archers like this, except that the cannons now start picking them off as well, which is not a good thing, especially since these max loons are a pretty hefty task for a level 3 archer, and it takes a bunch of them to take them out. If you can spread them around a lot like this, it will take the loons a long time to kill them all. And of course it also takes you a long time, so it makes it hard for you to clear the entire base once you've all got them. And if you think that the tank, nope, they turn around and back to the archers again. So, Spare Whiz takes out the wizards, crashing, but hey, at least we can go on. The Hogs and the CC are going to play a crucial role in the rest of this attack, because they're basically going to kill most of the base single-handedly, or at least that one hog that remains after the spring trap got them. The double heal was a mistake. Don't know why, but sometimes the games, especially on Android tablets, does things untouched that shouldn't be done, like dropping a double spell like this. Doesn't matter in the end, he gets the result he wants. All the defenses are gone, so it's really only cleanup time, and this is where luring the CC early on and killing it fast makes a difference, because if you don't have that much troops left and you already have a little space as it is as a Tunnel 6, you need every second you can to clean up all these mess, especially the gold stores, because they're very high hit points, of course. Speeding it up a little bit there. He gets it in the end. So that's it for this war recap against Engineered Clans. See you next time.